Hello, my friend, and welcome to this different video. So, obviously, you've seen my video that I did when I did the top 10 films of all time for me. So, I thought I'd do a TV show one. So, that was an idea that was suggested to me by Jimmy Barnes. So, I thought I would just go ahead and do it. So, the ones that I've chosen. They're not in any particular order. I don't really have one that I think, oh, that's more, that's better than that one, or they're all sort of much of a muchness. So there are going to be a mix of TV shows in here, from comedies to dramas, something a little bit different, that sort of thing. Some shows that you might not know if you're from overseas. So I apologise now, and I have, there will be clips inserted in for each show. So we're just going to crack on. As I say, they're not in any particular order because I just can't do that really. But they do come in sort of my top 10. So the first one that I am going to talk to you about is The Big Bang Theory. So I was a little bit late to the party on this. I did watch it after I think the third series had started at that point, and it was being shown on Channel 4. But I sort of was a little bit late to the party, so I've jumped on board with that. I absolutely love it. It does sort of encompass everything that I'm all about. So comic books, conventions, Funko Pops, Dungeons and Dragons, games, and all that sort of thing. So very much that is me, and I can relate to the characters as well. When I was in my younger days. So massive fan. So that's the reason why that's on here, because as I say, it is most definitely a part of me. As I say, I'm going to put a clip of each show in before I start talking of the next one. So here's my clip from Big Bang.
Hi, Sheldon.
He's in my spot. Leonard, make him stop being naked in my spot.
Howard, what are you doing?
He wasn't using it. And I needed a nice, cool piece of leather to wiggle my naked ass on.
Get off there.
Give me back my Iron Man helmet.
Give me back my parking space.
You don't need a parking space. You don't have a car.
But you don't need an Iron Man helmet. You're not Iron Man.
Well, we appear to have reached an impasse. And I have to say, I thought you'd be more upset that your laptop is sitting on my junk.
I didn't pick up on that. That's a nice touch.
So the next episode, or the next show I'm going to talk to you about is Friends. So yet another American sitcom. There can't be that many people in the world who has either not seen an episode of Friends or actually doesn't like it. It was an absolute worldwide phenomena. Again, I was late to the party with this one. I think it was about the fourth series before I actually really started watching it. But it is one of those shows like Big Bang where you can just watch it over and over and over again and just enjoy it as an episode or as a show. And quite often, I mean, I have done in the past where I've just binge watched as much as I possibly can. It's one of those shows when you're feeling a little bit down, you put it on and you just instantly cheers you up. So the 6 characters and 6 actors and actresses involved have all gone on to obviously more success, more notably the likes of Jennifer Aniston and Courtney Cox, where the others maybe have taken a little bit of a less rise to fame as such through one thing or another. though David Schwimmer's on the television at the moment doing TSB adverts, so that's, you know, a little bit of a downgrade for him, but again, you know, needs must, as they say. So here's the episode for Friends. Yeah.
Hey.
Hi.
Thank you.
What? Are we gonna talk about what you guys did last night, or?
What do you mean last night? Nothing happened last night.
Ross invited us all to watch. Rach, we weren't gonna miss our friends getting married.
Who got married?
You did? What? Wait, hello, we didn't get married?
Get married? That's ridiculous.
Wait, I remember being in a chapel.
Oh
wait, they would...
So the next show I'm going to talk to you about is a UK-based one, and it's The Inbetweeners. So for those who don't know what The Inbetweeners is, it's about a group of 4 lads who are pretty much misfits, social outcasts, you know, within their peers. I know that they did try to emulate it in America and it did flop, but the UK one is, you know, it was 3 seasons, 2 films, and it is hilarious. So the clip I'm going to show you in a second was actually filmed where I live. So that was down on our local seafront and on our river where I live. So I don't live too far from where they actually filmed that. So here is the episode to show you.
Jay was still on the hunt for his sex-starved ice cream lady.
I don't know, she looks too old. We've been here 2 days and she's the first bird we've seen hanging out here. She looks like she's only got 1 leg. She's probably just got an old face. Must be because of all the jizz she's had on it. I bet her body's still pretty fit.
Thought I'd find you here. How's the sex search going?
Jay thinks it's her.
You must be joking, she's ancient.
No, if she put on a bit of fake tan and slipped into some sexy undies, I'd definitely give it a go. It must be her. I've given everyone else the eye.
She looks like she could give you her actual eye.
This is it. It's now or never.
Get us a 99, Jay.
What can I get you?
Cornetto, please.
1 cornetto. Is that all?
Do you want to lick it?
Sorry?
My cornetto, do you want to lick it?
Oh, that is kind. I've had enough ice cream today, though, sweetheart.
Oh, right. Bit late, am I?
Do you want something else?
Are you the woman who sucks schoolboys off?
Sorry?
Can you suck me off?
So it looked like Jay's search for a nympho had hit a brick wall.
So that's not her then?
No!
A very old and confused brick wall.
Right, okay, so the next one is Stranger Things. So a lot of people with Stranger Things, it's like Marmite. You either love it or you hate it, and I love it. And again, it falls, you know, if you like the 80s and, you know, the music, the films, the style, everything that goes with the 80s, you're gonna love Stranger Things. And the latest series is probably the best one that they've done, and I really hope that the last series, season 5, when they finally make it, will be through the roof, and it will be a shame when it finishes, but the young actors and actresses involved, they are obviously getting older very quickly, so therefore, you know, they're not going to be able to play kids for much longer. But again, it's brilliant. The soundtrack, the best way for me to describe Stranger Things to somebody who's never watched it is it's a bit like Goonies. but a bit more intense. Pretty much says it all, really. So this is probably one of my favourite clips or favourite parts of season 4. I'm probably going to get stung for copyright on this one, but I don't care. So it is phenomenal, and well, you can see for yourself. Apologies if you haven't watched it, and obviously spoilers. As for all the shows, you know, if you do go and watch them, I do apologise obviously for showing spoilers. So yeah, this is Stranger Things.
Prissy, this is from you.
It's working. Let's go.
Right, okay, so the next one is Game of Thrones. So I'm sure you're probably obviously aware from me talking about my pop collection. I am a huge Game of Thrones fan, and I'm really enjoying House of the Dragons as well. So I've sort of put them both in together on this one. So absolutely amazing. And when I go back and watch like the first episode, it was, and you see how young everybody looks. It is crazy, especially when it comes to sort of like the end of the series, and you're sort of thinking, blimey, that, you know, what's happened. I mean, it's Game of Thrones. What more can I say, really? So again, so I didn't want to put anything in regarding Game of Thrones regarding like a scene of such, so it literally will just be the titles, so I'll have them playing while I am talking to you about this, so they'll be up there wherever it is that I put them. It'll just be the titles for Game of Thrones. So right, okay, so before I carry on with the next lot, we are going to take a short break. So here is a few words from my sponsors.
Alan and I quite often go bowling on Fridays. He picks me up straight from the office, so I want to be sure my breath stays nice and fresh. There's nothing like Double Mint for that, any time of day. Talk about refreshing. Quick chew and my breath tastes really clean. Double Mint helps me keep my cool all evening through. Sorry about that.
Double Mint Gum. It's a natural for fresh breath.
One Roundtree's fruit pastille. Steady. Lot of flavour in there, must not chew. Little lad like you, gotta be careful. He's chewing it. I knows he is. Bite into that crispy, sugary bit. And he was into the real fruit flavour. You chewed!
Oh, no, I didn't.
Oh, yes, he did!
I couldn't help it. Oh, that flavour.
Self-control, lovely boy.
Roundtree's fruit pastilles. Irresistible.
Don't worry, he's been round here all week. Chuck him some crisps, that'll keep him quiet. No, that's no good. It wasn't crunchy enough. It's not KP. Chuck him one of those. Go on, any flavour will do. What did I tell you? KP crisps. I think it's the only thing he comes here for. Down, boy, down.
When it comes to the crunch, it's KP.
Over the centuries, firelighting has become an everyday occurrence. Today, if you have the knack. It's possible to start a fire with only one match. More sophisticated firelighters take delight in the intricacies of pressure or spirit stoves. Fire is lethal when left to its own devices. It will destroy all in its path. Moors, woodland, young plantations, wildlife, farmlands, and livestock. All can be lost in a short time through carelessness. Follow the country code and make sure you guard against all risk of fire.
And then, believe it or not, I even followed it with another one. But this time I had a 17. I indulged myself and had a sports coupe for 2 years and did 50,000 miles in that. I'm not saying they never go wrong. Every car goes wrong occasionally, but I've always found that Renault have been spot on for service. They're very good. Wherever you go in the country, you can get it fixed very quickly. And now I've graduated to a Renault 30 TS, the best car I've ever had.
Talk to your Renault dealer now.
August 1975, and 16-year-old Amanda Murphy, entering her first ever beauty contest, becomes Miss Thames Television. This year, it could be you. We're looking for a girl over 16 who lives in the London television area and wants to be Miss Thames 1976. There are prizes galore, and the winner automatically qualifies for the Miss Great Britain contest in September. Before Saturday, girls, clip the coupon in your evening news and send it to this address. Miss Thames Television, Department OB, 306 Euston Road, London, NW1 3BB.
So welcome back to the second part of this. So we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've done 6 so far. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more to go. I have done 11. I know it said it was going to be top 10, but I've done 11. And there will be obviously a couple of honourable mentions in there as well for a couple of other shows that are also pretty awesome. So the next one is a show called Benidorm. This is basically about Benidorm, the holiday resort in Spain, and a hotel called the Solana, and all the things that go on within this hotel. So you've got lots of different characters that are coming to this place on holiday. It's had some fantastic cameos within all over the years, and also some reoccurring actors, people like Johnny Vegas has had quite a reoccurring part in it. People like Joan Collins, Wendy Richards, who else has had cameos in it? The Crankies, Cilla Black. So lots of sort of different people over the years. Sue Pollard. I know a lot of these, if you live in the States or anywhere else in the world and you don't know who these people are, they are quite sort of relatively biggish names in entertainment, sort of from sort of like the 70s right the way through to now. Absolutely hilarious. Mrs. Wayno would have a go at me constantly because I would finish work or have my lunch at work, and I would put Benidorm on for an episode while I'm having my lunch, and she would get really sick and tired of watching the same thing over and over and over again. So here's a clip of Benidorm.
Well, are you all right? Mel!
Oh my God, he's not coming back up. He's not coming back up!
What's wrong? Well, he went in before, he's just... He's not surface.
What's going on?
He's not come up. He went in either.
What is it? What's wrong?
He went into that bloody ambulance, didn't he? So he died me off.
You fat idiot! What were you playing at? You've killed my husband before I've had a chance to marry him!
Mel!
It's all right. It'll be all right.
Okay.
Mel, there's no blood on him. No. Mel, he's not conscious, Mick. He's not conscious. I think he's banged his head on bottom. Come on, have you got him, love? You've got him. Well done,
Oh my God, somebody ring an ambulance! No, I think he'll be all right. It's only his big toe.
Not for him, you silly cow. Oh, what's happened to his skin? Is he all right? The colour of it?
He always looks like that. He's got 5 sunbed shops in Manchester.
Mum, Michael's talking.
Oh my God, Michael!
Dear God, don't let him die. Don't let him die.
So the next one is a show which I know they do have in America, or they did have. I don't know whether it's still going, but it's called Top Gear, and it's basically all about cars, all the latest cars. They test drive them. They do like really stupid and weird and wonderful challenges. The original, what I call the original lineup for Top Gear was Jeremy Clarkson, Richard Hammond and James May. That did change. They quit and went over to Amazon to do the Grand Tour. Then they got in Chris Harris, Chris Evans and Matt LeBlanc. So they pulled him over from America to do that. That completely fell on its arse. And then they regenerated it again, still with Chris Harris, who's an ex-racing driver, Paddy McGuinness and Andrew Flintoff, or Freddie Flintoff. And it's now sort of going back to how it used to be with all the different challenges. And it is hilarious. If you like cars, you like a bit of fun, it's definitely worth watching. If you are abroad, if you do live abroad and you want to check it out, have a look at some clips on YouTube. Some of the things are hilarious, and what I'm going to show you is the 3 original guys, and this is something quite amusing with homemade camper vans.
Okay, I'm going to operate the heater controls now. Land Rover heaters are, not their best feature, if I'm honest. That's on full. I can't feel it at all.
In the Leaning Tower of Citroën, I was starting to relax a bit.
She's very pretty. She just liked it. She wouldn't like to go in Hammond's because that's stupid.
So the next 3 the next 2 are both comedies, and the next one I'm going to talk about is probably, in my eyes, probably the greatest comedy series ever, and that's Only Fools and Horses. So it's about the Trotter family, who are proper wheeler and dealers, always trying to make a sort of a few quid here, a few quid there, either on their their market pitch, or a little bit dodgy underhandings of dodgy things that they can try and sell. So you've got Del Boy, played by David Jason, or Sir David Jason, I should say. Nicholas Lyndhurst, who played Rodney Trotter. You had Grandad, who was played by, it will come to me in a second. I'm sure there's lots of you that are shouting at the television right now. Leonard Pierce. And then when Leonard Pierce sadly passed away, they brought in another character to replace him, which was Uncle Albert, played by Buster Merrifield. The series went on for quite a few years, and then they sort of did sort of specials, so sort of like normally an hour or hour and a half specials, normally at Christmas. And it used to be, or it would not quite often be, like the most popular thing on Christmas Day to watch, because everybody would tune in and watch what was going on within the Trotter family over the course of the course of Christmas. Famous catchphrase Del would always say is, "This time next year we'll be millionaires." No spoilers, but it's definitely worth checking out. And the clip I'm going to show you is probably one of the most funniest things I've ever seen in my life. Absolute slapstick comedy gold. So I'll let you watch that.
See, nowadays, these modern Euro birds, they go for the more mature men who've made it in life.
Yeah? Is that why we're having no luck?
I haven't started yet. Just building myself up to it.
Yeah, well, you better hurry up and be closing time soon.
All right, all right. I think we're on a winner here, Tree. All right? Play it nice and cool, son. Nice and cool, you know what I mean? Drink up, we're leaving.
Are you going to try for them birds?
No, you're cramping my style, mate. You're cramping my
style. The next one I'm going to tell you about is another one that I'm sort of late to the party with, really. And that is The Office US. So the US version of The Office. The UK version had, it's with, do you know what? My mind's gone a complete blank. It was that memorable for me. Ricky Gervais. I'm not a great fan of Ricky Gervais. His portrayal as David Brent was quite funny. It had some funny moments, but the American version just completely blows it away. And Steve Carell and the rest of the cast are just brilliant. They just gel, and it's just brilliant. I can't say enough about it, really. It is just brilliant. You know, I've got a few of the pops. I will be getting them all, or not all of them, but I'll be getting sort of one of each of the characters. And again, they've had some sort of cameos as well. Idris Elba played a part in it as well, which was pretty cool. So here is the episode, or part of the episode, where they decide they're going to learn to do a little bit of parkour. Right, okay, so number 10 is The Mandalorian. Now, The Mandalorian, when it first started, I thought, I don't know whether this is going to work or not. And I found the first couple of episodes quite slow starting, but it got better and better and better and better. And in fairness, who doesn't love Grogu? He's like the cutest thing ever. I'm like, everybody wants to get some sort of Grogu in one form or another. To the point I've even got my own little Grogu, which is my phone holder. So, but yeah, another absolutely fantastic show. Dave Filoni and the rest of the guys there that have been directing and producing that are fantastic. And I just can't wait to see what the next series will bring to the table, because each time it's got better and better and better, to the point where when they brought out Book of Boba Fett, half of this series ended up being sort of just an addition to The Mandalorian. I'm guessing Book of Boba Fett didn't do that well, and obviously thought that they could possibly save it by throwing in The Mandalorian and everything that goes with it. So here's a little bit of Grogu. Right, okay, so I've got a couple of honourable mentions. So these are both comedies as well, both classic comedies. So we have got The Young Ones. So that's a comedy that was on BBC Two back in the 80s. It was pretty much about four guys or college university stroke students who would live together, who are absolute slobs. They are, well, you look at the house, watch it, look at the house, it just turns into a bomb site. Every week they'd have like a different musical act that would come in and sort of play their latest song or whatever. And they had people like Madness. They would also have, who else they had? Oh, I think they had Funboy 3. They had Motorhead. Jules Holland and his band did a thing there as well. So you had Adrian Edmondson as Vivian the punk, Rick Mail as Rick, the Cliff Richard fanatic, Nigel Planer who played Neil the hippie, and you had Christopher Ryan played Mike, who was like the cool guy, and then also had Alexi Sale as their landlord, stroke other various characters that he came in and did. So another great show. And then the next one, or the last one I'm going to talk to you about, is Fawlty Towers. So Fawlty Towers is about a bed and breakfast in down in Torquay called Fawlty Towers. John Cleese at his probably comedy best, apart from Monty Python, and he is the proprietor of Fawlty Towers with his wife Sybil, and their chef or waiter, I should say, Manuel from Barcelona, and Polly, the sort of chambermaid waitress. So, and all the things that go on. It is one of the most politically incorrect shows that was ever done, and you'd never get away with something like that on nowadays TV. But it's an absolute brilliant piece of writing and acting. So that's it. That's it for this. I hope you've enjoyed it. Just a little bit of an insight into sort of my favourite TV shows. There is one that I did miss, which I am going to add on, which is definitely in my top 10, and that's the X-Files. You all know how much of a X-Files nut I am, and I couldn't really sort of do that without having the X-Files in there. I will be doing a Let's Get the Pop Out episode with my X-Files pops shortly, so obviously I'll be showing them off again. But yeah, the sort of things going on with Mulder and Scully, the truth is out there, as it would say, and I say very small clip here of when Scully first meets Mulder to become the dynamic duo as such as they were.
Sorry, nobody down here but the FBI's most unwanted.
Agent Mulder, I'm Dana Scully. I've been assigned to work with you.
Oh, isn't it nice to be suddenly so highly regarded? So who did you take off to get stuck with this detail, Scully?
Actually, I'm looking forward to working with you. I've heard a lot about you.
Oh, really? I was under the impression that you were sent to spy on me.
But as I say, thank you very much again for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. As I say, the next one I will be doing will be about top 10 albums. I'm halfway there. I've got a lot of the stuff together. I just need to record it and get it all sorted. So Again, that's it for this episode. Thank you very much again. I hope you enjoyed the adverts as well. I do like to chuck them in from time to time for a bit of fun. Stay safe, everybody. And until next time, Wayno out.